really wasn't expecting to start posting or make a post yet. I found an incredible, energetic, open connection that I've really enjoyed tiptoeing into. And I approached her with questions about my dreams last night. And then my son approached me about his dreams and blah, 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 and reality, blah, 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 blah. And she posted answers to my question, I think before she actually received them. God, I love psychics. Enthusiasm. Our seventh crown chakras, we're all connected. And it can be very beautiful realizing and seeing and feeling and sensing and blah, blah, blah that. So shout out. Thank you very much for that, Abbey. But anyways, away from that, I asked her some questions, blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And I say that I've always had very incredibly strong psychic abilities. Like, for me, it's my normalisness. It's like when I came out of the closet, it wasn't about being gay or bisexual or this or that. It was, I'm psychic. Kids laughed at me. Like, we know, Mom. High priestess. Anyways, things are what they are. And the dreamscape that I was visited in was alarming for me. It wasn't energy I enjoyed dealing with. And I was asking, what do you do about things like this? Let's talk. The question I had done on, anyways, that was the key. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. I'm shifting my cards out of Alaska, shifting my business out of Alaska. I'm going through what I kindly and with as much grace as possible call the circle of death, estates, reality things that need to happen. And so the energy I was working with that introduced itself was intent of harm. And the best way to hold on to intent of harm is to feel justification in the I hurt, that's why I hurt you. See, I hurt, now you hurt, and blah, blah, blah. Hurt to hurt to hurt, hurt things kind of things. And it isn't that way. It doesn't need to be. Empaths process emotion, run it through their bodies, and express it out and connect to the environment around them. We're all empathic. We're all connected in ways that we understand and in ways that we don't. Maybe you're in a group of people that share body language together. That creates a flow pattern in the body. Maybe you have loving, wonderful parents that are constantly and anxious. So in your reality, you've never heard or felt a relaxed, full breath that expands your lungs and fills your diaphragm and detoxifies your body. Maybe you've never had energy that goes through your eyes that you can see what's around you. There's gifts and abilities that everyone around us has, and there's intuitive, instinctual ones that we are gifted and we have. When people have gifts and abilities, some of the things that trigger around that is jealousy and competition and blah, 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 blah. I'll tell you a secret about an empath. The moment that you compete with them, you lose. And it doesn't matter who or what the empath is. Who and what you are is divine. And your time and your place is divine. The universe is there listening to you. We can mirror and reflect others and appreciate and fall into their beauty and their wonder and their beliefs. Opening up who you are to that authentically with them. You share and co-create with that. Oftentimes we have shame issues. We have confronting issues. This is an experience I was exposed to, and it's one that I kept my kids very far from. I come from a family that's unkind with young children sexually, And we don't speak about it, we don't talk about it, we know who, and we let them all visit, and hey, kids, lock your doors, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. It's not fine. Well, let's think of the child in that environment. They need to learn where to hide, where to go, what energy to be around, where the food comes from, and where the not food comes from. Understanding the environment in a sensory language that isn't spoken. We often want to point our fingers at our mommies and our daddies and our environments and say, they see what they did, they hurt. They hurt me, that's why I hurt things. And that's not actually true. Learning how to go through your fears, your traumas, your demons, your blah, 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 blahs, your actions, cause and effect to actions, you can release and ease the trauma kept and built into the body. And you do this by caring about your emotional body, your time, your energy. Your emotions matter. If you are spending time with people and their favorite thing to do is to point and to talk stories and to sit into drama, it's kind of hard to live in a reality where you're creating your own. Why is this? You are magic. You are a force of God. You are divine. And you're here for purpose. It's hard to always feel the connection of that, but it's there. You take you everywhere you go. You give birth and you breathe in planetary intelligence. You die and you exhale out all of those forms of logic to thought to emotion to there. It's actually a very beautiful process. Complex, multidimensional. It's got parts that we don't understand, parts we haven't seen. Kind of amazing that way. So energy with intent to harm. It's really important that you're my enemy. As long as you're my enemy, then I can feel this way about choices, behavior, cause and effects, whatever this because of that. Remember back to hurt things, hurt things. You are not here for suffering. You are not here for hurting. You are a gift. What you bring is a gift. And as long as it's here, you on a cellular level sing it. It's a light show. Your blood has a different reaction to light, but that also has a show. The way that your stomach feels when you eat food, that's a message. 808. Okay, let's talk about this one real quick. Suicide. That's something my historical roots. Like, nothing else could hurt them, but they could hurt themselves really well. Like, don't you fucking point a gun at me, but I can point it at myself kind of shit. They were all, I got so many war vets in my family. I've got so many. We all do. Ancestral energies, ancestral voices. You start learning how to listen to that too. I'm not getting into that right now, but suicide. One of my most physically traumatic, spiritual awakening, cause and effect symptoms. I spoke about it on briefly on another video, but I had this like pills in my hand. I want to commit suicide. I'm not suicidal. I haven't been. I've never been. I'm dead. Not me. That's when I started speaking light language. And my chosen was behind me. And it was the first time either of us were exposed to light language. And I felt him touch the small of my back and just rested there while I started speaking light language and crying and saw all sorts of yuck. And then as my intellect came back into my body, I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't me. People can have beliefs about who and what you are, And even if and because they aren't true, your thoughts, what you pick up in the environment, you can pick it up and carry it home. We are divine. We are divinity. We're all parts of God. Why would you want to take that home with you? I'm not at a point or a place where I want to do videos explaining and expanding on this. These are the issues I will be talking about. I haven't figured out the format or blah, 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 blah. My daughter and I, we got our heads hit by a Subaru, so we're going to repair now. And I think that requires horses and maybe chickens and an ocean. But that dream that I had, it was so very not mine, not me. And the person's, the energy behind it, we're all collective souls. When you're with somebody who is dear and precious to you, between the two of you, all of your yesterdays are singing in your now as you hold your now presence with them. It's a light show. It's special. It's unduplicatable. The learning how to feel safe and how to be safe. That's what a lot of people are going through right now, collectively, massively. And I'm going to put her video onto this, the one that she posted without ever hearing my question, that answered all the things that our dreams, my son and I, brought up. I'm headed over to Arizona. I want to get my feet in the soil. We've had a lot of incredible support and well-wishers. This opened my eyes up to some of the EMS stuff that I'd forgotten. I've always enjoyed Michael's presence, and I enjoy it even more now. One of the best things to do with closed head injuries, super to head, is to meditate. It happens to be one of my favorite things to do, and now it's like documented. That's what I should do. I would appreciate healing energy. I've got 27 points of trauma in my brain. Those are the points that went the most. And I'm working with those. 2s and 7s. I'm bringing back a neurological relearning. I am paying attention to what I'm learning. There's stuff that I studied that now makes sense that didn't make sense then. It's about the endocrine system and anyway stuff, the atomic table kind of stuff, fun stuff, fun stuff, fun stuff. Addressing 2 more things. Intent of injury. See the goods, the gifts, the blessings other have. Feel in your body, I'm glad they have that, I'm glad she has that, I'm glad he has that, I'm glad they have that, I got blah, 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 blah. Feel it in your body and take ownership of it. That's your soul out there. That's another God mirroring back at you, and you are God. We can't always become and express and be what that thing or that person is, but we can absolutely see the benefits, feel the glow, and absorb what we can. That's the beautiful thing about our authentic self. Me being me, you being you, we subconsciously give what's around us permission to be who they are themselves. You're unable to be duplicated, no matter how awesome you are, no matter how incredible you are, no matter how amazing. You are uniquely you. so blessed that God holds you true. Not our God, energy of source. It's in your DNA. I guess it should take you with you everywhere you go. Your emotional body matters. You find forgiveness in behavior, and you take ownership of choices of who and what and blah, blah, blah that brought you to your now. I don't believe in accidents. Believe me, that's inconvenient when a car smashes you. I don't believe in accidents. I do believe in synchronicities, harmonization. There's a lot of universal flow. There are things that I have very, very strong beliefs in that have my full focus. And that's kept me incredibly quiet. And then as I started to reach out again, I realized that while I was hermiting, what around me was speaking. Of what, I don't know, because I was busy being quietly by myself. If you're not my child or a subpoena, it's kind of hard to get on my schedule at the moment. We had a car hit us. I'm not working right now. Not that kind of work. What I am concentrating and focusing on is healing and energy. And our endocrine system, how our body feels, how we process and absorb and interact with that. It's important to pay attention to what has trauma hold on your body. When you're aware of that, you at least start taking your feelings into accountability and into accounting. I'm trying to find a way to address suicide. My mother adored suicide. She was her favorite thing to talk about. I was little. It's not like I could change her conversation between her vodka and her cigarettes and her suicide ideations. But I did notice whenever she talked about it, she felt better about herself. Like she just found security and stability in her now. When we play games, when we're petty, when we're jealous, when we're doing things for show, when we care about opinions more so than the integrity line, it can confuse the emotional body. Your emotions are energy in motion. You can bring back stabilizing, that's weird, stabilizing stability. That's the reason I'm not talking regularly right now. 1818. Sorry. I've been very focused. 10 of Gabriel, 6 of Ariel. On the shifts that my family have to go through. And also on the lessons of, there's some things that I've learned very well that are easy for me, that are hard for others. And it's really easy to think, she's got grab popcorn and enjoy your own show. That's why your emotions matter. The more that you're connected to your emotions, you want to spend time with people that support the emotions and create stability and help with stability. And if you find that internal, it is internal, actually. It's your chemicals and your emotions. And sometimes you have to fight that in little baby steps. Mornings are when you're your strongest. Mornings, the divine just spent all night finding homeostasis throughout your body and bring you into balance, or day whenever you're sleeping, it doesn't matter, but it's the homeostasis. The divine come when you sleep, and then your brain wakes up, and that's a perfect time to keep your brain away from your yesterday and your tomorrow, because it's your now. You're connecting to your now. You are your best friend, and you're unduplicatable. Nobody can be you, or who you are, or what you are. Don't waste your time trying to be someone you're not. That's sad for what's around you. Who you are is magnificent, and you're learning yourself. You're learning your senses. You're learning your blah, 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 blah. But anyways, let me go quiet and see if there's anything. Like I said, I wasn't planning on posting. It was so beautiful the way that today unfolded. Is there anything that I should say that I haven't talked about? Detoxing and protection. That's a good one. So when you're detoxing, like I said, that full breath massages your diaphragm and then detoxifies your liver. Our liver is an incredible, incredible work of art. And oftentimes it can be overworked, overlooked, blah, 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 blah. Cucumber water is really, really, really wonderful. I didn't find out about that till late in my journey. I was like, where the fuck were you when this first started happening? Cucumber water helps. And you want to get off sugar. Understanding everything is medicine. Why are you grabbing what you grab? Right now, my demon of choice is smoking because I prize my lungs. It's the easiest thing for me to let go of. That was better than grabbing anti-anxiety meds. For me, that would have been a Russian roulette fully loaded. Like, go numb? I just watched my second child die? Go numb? Sign me up. Your emotions are precious. Even the ones that are difficult or hard or stagnant or confusing to work through. All right, that's protection. Loving energy. The universe loves you. The rocks, the ground, the trees. You're a force of God. What's around you loves you. It's hard to fully somatically understand that. Being in nature and then cognitively connecting, picturing water while you're sitting in water, looking at fire, thinking fire, that kind of stuff. It starts bringing protection internally to you. Strong thoughts, people that truly wish to hurt you and get pleasure from hurting you. That's a difficult, sticky energy. Your failure is what pleases me. Your downfall is what strokes my happiness. What that person is actually saying is, I'm frightened and I don't know how to do what you're doing. Show me. You can always articulate that, though. But our strongest channeling forces are our children. The younger, the cleaner, the clearer. A baby hasn't been told what its name is yet. It just is. That first breath of air that you were born with, it's precious. Every time you have a near-death experience, you have a rebirthing process with that. We don't fall backwards spiritually. Take pride in where you are. Whoever the fuck you are, I'm probably not allowed to say that either. Whoever you are, you've had a lot of change recently. My mind went to 2017, 2020, and just suddenly, but collectively, our countries, our medical systems, our school systems are all collapsing. And we're rebuilding from new and old energy. America was built on channelers, if you're curious. And it screams freedom for the people, by the people. It's kind of written in there. Yeah, maybe America said it, but we all feel it. We all feel the right to be free. We're shifting into what that is. 2525 on that, signing out.